There is so much information. I could go for 7 hours today. I've left so much off the table. I want to start with how the middle class is being helped by Joe Biden. The World Bank sees, quote, significant inflation risk from high energy prices. Energy prices are expected to inch up next year after surging more than 80% this year. They're expecting it to go higher, fueling significant near-term risks to global inflation. So it has gone up 80%. Why? Well, they say that it is a breakdown of the system of importing all of the oil. So any country that is importing oil is facing 80% increase in the price of oil and more next year. Well, let me just say we weren't importing any oil. We were exporting as of December of this last year. In January, Joe Biden stopped all of that. So now we are importing oil. So the middle class family, if you are struggling just to count your pennies at the gas station, there is only one place to put that blame, and that is on Joe Biden and his administration. His administration wants to get us off of fossil fuels, so they are stopping all production of fossil fuels here in America and making us energy dependent in the Middle East. So you have inflation, but don't worry. They say that it's not going to be horrible. I mean, after all, the giant corporations didn't blink on Friday. Jerome Powell, who runs the Fed, speaking at a Bank for International Settlements conference, he said the supply chain bottlenecks have caused the recent wave of inflation are likely to last well into the next year. He said he could raise interest rates 2 times next year in an effort to tame pricing pressures. Even with that said, the Dow, the stock market, hit an all-time high on Friday, with them saying the breakdown of the supply chain and the problem with inflation, and we're going to raise interest rates twice next year. Somehow or another, the giant corporations just did really well. This is where you come in. You must pay attention. Do not believe there is no sanity anymore in the market. It is not connected to reality at all. By the way, China is now on the brink of absolute chaos. They are where we were in 2008, except their problem is much worse than it was in 2008 for us. If they don't bail their people out, there's going to be revolutions in China. If they just let it go, they're going to have a real breakdown of their system. It is exactly what we went through in 2008. Do you think that's going to make your life better or worse? Do you think that your products that you go out and buy are going to be more plentiful or less plentiful? When we have to develop yet another booster shot, are we doing it or are we waiting for China to do it? When they say build back better, they are not building anything that is actually helping the stability and the long-term future for the United States of America. They are destroying our ability to be independent energy-wise, independent, medically speaking. All our vaccines and everything else, 99% of them are made over in China. Why aren't we investing in that? If we want to invest in building our country, okay, then why are we investing in equity programs? This is a destruction of our country, and it is coming. The Federal Reserve has now even said that the vaccine mandates are hurting employment numbers. Let me give you the CDC director. Do we have this? We have this cut here from the CDC director. Yeah, cut 2, please.
We have seen that these mandates are getting more and more people vaccinated. Here's what we know. The most disruptive thing that you can do to a workforce is to have a COVID outbreak in that workforce. That will most definitely not only send people home, but it will send people to the hospital, and some may pass. What we know from the police workforce is that there have been more deaths from the coronavirus over the last year and a half than all other causes of death for that workforce combined. So we believe it is very important to get these people vaccinated. There is a plan, should these people not want to be vaccinated, towards education and counseling to get people the information they need so that they are feeling comfortable in getting vaccinated.
Stop for just a second. So now, if you decide you don't want the vaccine, now the government will force you into counseling, which means you now are a psychiatric patient. There is something psychologically wrong with you. So they will provide psychiatric counseling for your mental health. I'm a little uncomfortable, but that's not all. They will also educate you. I like to call it re-education, because that's exactly what it is. There is a plan. Is there anybody in the media asking to see that plan today? By the way, they also said that the definition of vaccines or fully vaccinated is going to change because there are more booster shots along the way. So if you believe that vaccine mandates are good, they're never going to stop. If you want a vaccine passport, you will constantly be putting into your body exactly what the federal government says you must do. And this is all backed up by Anthony Fauci. He seems to be a good guy.